Welcome to the very first podcast of Lower It Up for Crop Over 2026. Just as some groundwork, this podcast is available on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. So whether you want to watch it or listen to it on the go, we have you covered. As our very first guest for our very first episode, we have three very exciting people in studio with us today. We have Alexis from Carnival Concierge UK, Tremaine from the brand new event for Kadooment Friday Lucent, as well as Jin Ford and Ryan Codrington from the big band Vida by Esquire, telling us all about what to expect for Kadooment 2026. Stay tuned, we hope you enjoy, and let's jump right into it. Welcome back to the very first podcast of Lower Up for Crop Over 2026. Today with me, I have Miss Alexis Alexander from Carnival Concierge UK. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much. And this is your first one, right?
Yeah,
For this?
first one.
Oh,
Very first one for this season.
I'm honored. I'm honored.
First with this setup, everything like that.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
And a beautiful setup it is.
Yes. Kudos to the studio.
Definitely.
So I just want to jump straight into it for Crop Over 2026. Tell me the plans that Carnival Concierge UK has for this season.
Well, so it's the first time that Carnival Concierge UK is doing anything specifically for Barbados. So that is kind of huge in itself.
Yes.
Our main thing is usually Notting Hill Carnival. So have you been to Notting Hill before?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, fantastic. So streets of London, West London, it's a vibe, right?
Vibe.
But we're moving things over to Barbados this year under the name Crop Over Companion. Because one thing I learned from you actually was the idea of I don't want to come and be like, it's Carnival Concierge.
Yeah.
Because Crop Over is not a carnival.
Right,
It's a
exactly.
festival.
It's a festival.
Which I have
There we
learned
go.
from you. There you go. So Crop Over Companion is basically what Carnival Concierge UK is on the tin, but in Barbados.
Yes.
So one of our main things is costume delivery. So the idea for me of going to a band house or distribution center or whatever and sitting down for half an hour, 45 minutes, 2, sometimes 3 hours, depending on where you are in the world, complete turn off for me. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
And I thought if I don't want to do it, then maybe there's other people
Other
that
people who
don't
don't
want to
wanna
do
do
it.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's how it was born in London in terms of just literally going to bands, building the relationships with the bands, which is the most important
Yes.
because they have to trust you to
To
keep the product.
hand over people's product.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then, delivering to you wherever you are on the island. So that's Airbnb, hotel, private residence. We've delivered to people at the airport once they've come off a late plane. We've done it all. So we'll be doing that for Barbados this year.
bringing that to
Part of
Barbados
what
as
we-
well, yeah.
That would be, yeah.
Wow, that is quite something. That's and I think it's a service. We've heard it on our end that people want to, just as you say, I have this fat, but distribution is this day. And distribution is not just a come in, you grab the costume, you dip.
Exactly.
It's like it could be a very long process. Running to people being like, I've been out here 2 hours, I've been out 3 hours, 4 hours.
Exactly.
So then it then cuts into their fat time where it's like, I had to go and I had to come back and I missed this fat. I missed my makeup appointment. So
Exactly.
if you can have a service that streamlines all of that and puts it all in, you just hand it over to you and you deal with it as a crop over companion. You get all sorted out. I can go to my fat, I can have a good time.
There
and I
you
know
go.
that my costume is collected. I know everything is sorted. You would run through like what's in the box, what's supposed to be in there, like
Yeah.
what are your sizes,
So that's
everything.
it. There's actually, there's 3 kind of tiers of package, right? So our first package is where we collect it for you. We do our own checks, but you don't check anything,
Yeah.
right? So obviously we have that system in place because we need to make sure we're getting the right thing.
exactly.
And we discuss it with the band and we sign it off. Great. But usually for kind of like 4-day morning packages or, when we're in London or Trinidad or whatever, duvet packages and stuff like that, as long as the wristband's in there, people don't overly,
really like all you really need to be
don't
honest,
overly
yeah.
care, right? So with that, that's kind of our first level. That's our silver. Then our gold is you get pictures of all of the elements. So we take out everything as we're going through it with the customer advisor that's at the center. We take a picture of everything. We send it to you on WhatsApp. We tell you a window of time that we're going to be collecting it so you can keep an eye out for pictures. You then check the pictures. You could be like, oh, hold on.
Yeah, this is
I ordered a 2XL
right.
and that's a 1XL.
And this is a 1XL.
Right.
Yeah.
So then we have that conversation with the band for you. We do all of that. And then our platinum package is video call. So we do a video call with you via WhatsApp, FaceTime, while we're collecting. Again, check everything through for you. And with the platinum package, you get a 1 hour delivery time slot. With the gold, you get a 4 hour delivery time slot. And with the silver, it's all day.
Yeah. Okay.
So those are kind of the different packages, but they're all on our website for people to go have a look and see if they want to book.
So what is your website too?
So it's www.carnivalconciergeuk.com.
Okay,
and on there you'll see Crop Over Companion.
Yeah.
And if you're skipping over to London, you'll also see Carnival Concierge.
Okay, so you're still doing it for Notting Hill Carnival too as well.
Yeah, so for not as soon as we finish here, couple days after Kadooment, back on the plane,
straight
into Notting Hill.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're a working woman, you know.
We are
active.
doing it. We are outside this summer. So yes.
You're only for Crop Over, you're only doing the Crop Over Companion?
So we're doing Crop Over Companion in terms of the costume delivery. And then the other part that we're doing is literally what it says on the tin in terms of companion services, right? So I've definitely done carnivals around the world, either in a very small group, and I've even done it by myself, right? When you are a solo traveler, especially even as a woman solo traveler, there are things that you need support with that if you were in a group, you wouldn't necessarily have to think about. So we've also got companion services. So anything you could think of that you need help with, we can provide that to you. Yeah, so we've got 24-hour WhatsApp support. You could pay for it daily, weekly, monthly, however long you're going to be on the island for.
Yeah.
And it's those simple things like we've spoken about it, right? Where someone will say to you, "Oh, Luke, like where do I get tights?"
Yeah.
And you're like, "Well,
oh my gosh,
I don't know."
Where do I get glue? Where do I get a glue gun from?
Exactly.
Yeah. Where can I get extra feathers? I want to boost something called shoe.
There you go. I want to do this. And simple things like one of the, I would say maybe cultural differences is an expectation that there's going to be food available 24/7.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And there have been years past where I have had clients that have come onto the island and they're like, "Well, it's 2 a.m. and there's no food place open." And I'm like, "Yeah, hun.
Yeah, this
is not London. This is not
New York. This is not Miami."
Right. So it's things like that. So we offer like midnight snack services from our personal chefs. We do shops for you before you arrive at your villa. We do private charter jet get through the airport experiences. So you get off the plane, you might not want to be in that long queue. We have a relationship with one of the private charter experiences and stuff like that. So you could just come in, go straight to a lounge, sip a drink, etc., etc. Simple things, as I was saying, like you're a woman by yourself, and trust me, having tried to tie up a costume by myself in a hotel room, madness, right? So even things like that, we can have somebody sent over to the hotel room to you to literally help you get ready.
No, yeah, because I would have been on the road. Obviously, we have the section of Vida by Esquire. You're on the road, Kadooment morning.
Yep.
Not even on the road. You at breakfast waiting for people. And women will show up and be like, "Okay, I need the back of the..." I kind of jigged it up, but this is just a jig up. You need to come and do it properly. Or
there you
obviously
go.
In the demo videos, it's two women tying on the costumes. And as you say, you're a solo traveler. You don't have that luxury. You can't knock on the apartment next to you. You can't knock on the hotel room next to you and say, "Come and tie me up," because it's like front desk isn't gonna know what to do. So it's like they can best string it up and send you down the road. So I think it is very much a very much needed service.
Definitely. And I think this is the thing as well in terms of that is what people have been doing for years. You know, knocking on the next door neighbor. Hi, because hopefully there's someone next door.
Somebody that going on the road,
Right.
Or
but then
you see somebody in the hallway,
And that's, to me, also that is what I love about Barbados though. That helpfulness is there. So we're not trying to say that, oh my gosh, how are you going to get on without us? But it's just if you're that planner, if you're like that logistics girly, that one who's like, I just want to know that my things are organized.
Done,
we are for you.
Okay, that is good. People do need that. And it's like, because it's like you're relying on the kindness of strangers, but again, it is the kind that you have to hope you see somebody in the hallway. You have to hope you have a neighbor that is on the same hallway that is going to appreciate you banging on the door 7 o'clock in the morning, saying, come and string me up in this skimpy outfit.
Exactly.
You have to hope you get down to front desk, and front desk is not a man who's like, I don't want to touch you, you know?
And even that, that is a very good point, because even that, as I say, when we talk about safety,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Now, I thankfully have always experienced Barbados as a very safe island. I've felt able to go up to people, ask questions, But I'm very aware that that is not the experience for every woman across the board.
Yes.
Also, we are living in a world where unfortunately that experience changes daily. So again, there's that thing of how can I, as maybe a group of women or two women or whatever, say that I can trust somebody to say, I'm inviting this person to my hotel room actually as part of that companion service. And they are going to be professional. They are going to look after me because I'm going to be quite vulnerable in terms of...
vulnerable. Like,
exactly. So
stuff is going to be all over, like
go.
maybe money, like, exactly. It's
So
just me and you in the hotel room looking at one another. Yeah.
Exactly. So that is all the service that we provide. So over the years, it's issues that I've had, it's issues that friends have had, that now we're just kind of pulling it together and saying, right, companion services, this is what we can offer. So if you go to the website, same carnivalconciergeuk.com, the list of everything we offer is there. And there's a little kind of contact box at the bottom that says if there's something that isn't there, that you would need help with, support with,
that we haven't thought of, that, you know, because it's a service that continually evolves. And, you know, it's like, I hadn't thought about it. The same way you say, it's like, I hadn't thought about food at 2 o'clock in the morning because you hop off a late flight. I could say you're in the Gap, or I could get somebody to pick up something from there or Baxter's Road, because you don't know the island. You won't know to, let's say, go to a Seoul or this place or that place.
There you go. Because when I found, sorry, just because you mentioned Seoul, when I found out that the gas station is the place to get food, I said, wait.
There's a whole gas station food culture. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
And this is, again, what I say. It took me a couple of years to find that. Right, so if you're new, just got off the plane.
That's right,
come out the airport, you would drive straight past that gas station, not even a clue.
That you see, maybe you might see all the cars, you might not even be thinking about the cars and the people. You just going on up the road and you're like, she's on bright and hungry.
Exactly.
Yeah, here where you can get something to eat.
Exactly.
That's got the hotel in mind in you.
Nope.
You checking in the Airbnb, that may mind in you. It's like,
there you go. They might give you a little bread and cheese.
Maybe.
But you need something a little more than that. And what I've learned here as well from working with a lot of the hotels on the island, lovely service from most of them, etc. But the idea of 24-hour room service is actually non-existent.
None of that.
I'm not calling hotel names, but there are some where I've been like, hello, but what do you mean room service shuts at 9?
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, yeah, sorry.
11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, you want food for your kitchen?
Exactly.
Shut, buddy. Like, what do you mean?
Exactly. So,
God, that's how
you know, so Midnight Snacks is one of has over the past couple of years, unofficially, has been one of the things that we've done a lot for guests that have come in. So now it's like an official offer that we can bring stuff for you.
We've also had that on the Bazzi end. Like when we first started out, there would be questions like that. Where can I get something late to eat? Where can I grab stuff? What do I do? That type of stuff. Because in Barbados, it's like, we are here, so we don't think about it. If you know, you know. You already know. But it's really, if you know, you know. You wouldn't know to go in the Gap or the gas station or anywhere like that.
Exactly.
And be able to grab something or go down to Savvy. You just think, there's nothing, because they pass the KFC and it closed. You pass the Fete, it closed. Everywhere else, so you're not going to think a gas station is going to be selling anything that you want. So,
and last story, every single time I have ordered from the Fete or the KFC app, God love them, shout out. However, I have always had to answer the phone to the driver and direct them to my house.
Oh, yeah.
Despite putting the pin.
Yeah.
And I had this thought just the other day, and I was like, well, I know how to direct the driver. But let's imagine I've put on this app. I'm like, oh, cool, yeah, let me just use the app. And the driver's asking me, well, I'm coming round so-and-so, and I'm coming round, and I'm at the yellow house, and I'm by the tree. Where do I go now? If I just arrived,
that is actually a
I don't know how to direct you.
I hadn't thought about that. That's a very good point, because I have part of finish and the same thing as you said, every single time it's
every single time the driver will call, even though you've put the pin. So again, I think there's that. I think we're not talking down these apps.
No, right? Because
the apps are amazing.
You can see it in the app. They're asking you, can you confirm? But I'm brand new. I can't tell you if it's the house at the top of the Gap or not.
There you go.
If you got Ben right at the mango tree, I can't tell you that. I can only tell you that the app going to pin, and they think that we don't think it named this thing.
Exactly. And that's the cultural difference, I think, that we as the companion services are really trying to help with, because there's the idea maybe, well, if I put the pin and I put, in London, if I put in my postcode, you come to my postcode.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's that understanding that it just doesn't work that way here. So how can we support to make it make sense?
Yeah, exactly. I think for the drivers too as well, it's like sometimes the stuff can be wrong. Because so it's like, I know you've done, sometimes with Google driving around, it put you to drive down a road and you get to the road and it's a cart road. And it's like, where am I going?
Oh.
But Google is telling you confidently, this is a secondary.
Ways does that?
This is a secondary road. Right. You don't have to think. And it's like, this is a cart road.
Your car's doing this.
Doing that. And then you end up down behind somebody's house.
Yep.
And that type of that happened to me many times.
Yeah.
And people stand up looking at you like, were you driving through my yard, But it's like, it's not me. It's Google put me down this way. So
Exactly.
You do actually make a very good point. So, okay, coming back home, it's like, okay, so you have Carnival Concierge UK, you have the Crop Over Companion, you have the Companion Services.
Fantastic.
We've discussed Fete Connect too as well.
We haven't. So Fete Connect is our next thing. So we've spoken about food.
Yes.
We all need food, right? We've spoken about costume delivery.
Yes.
I need my clothes for Monday.
Yes.
Good. What we haven't spoken about is how I'm getting everywhere. Right? So we know amazing apps. Pick up. Uber is
here is now.
There's what's the other one? Bim Ride.
Yes.
There are apps. Shout out to them. No issue. The thing that we have with Fete Connect is that sometimes, again, number one, if you're traveling by yourself, the reliability during a crop over season may not be that great in terms of the amount of people actually accessing.
Island,
exactly.
Want to access the services,
exactly.
Like what is the volume, will the driver be available?
Exactly.
Then I think the same things that we talk about. I live down in this Airbnb at the down of a funny gap. You asking me, is it a yellow house at the top of the gap? I don't know. And the driver gets frustrated and cancels you right. Yeah.
Do you know how long it took me to work out what a gap was?
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
So there's all the cultural,
It's actually beautiful because actually it's part of learning Barbados.
Right.
But if I have just got off a flight, I don't have the capacity to work out what a gap is. Like I don't, right?
Like you gotta navigate their accent, they have to navigate your accent. They're trying to,
We're working all together.
Are you, exactly, because same with the apps, it will be here, but to get here, you gotta come around that way. You can't drive straight, that type of thing.
Exactly,
so it's like,
right?
Are we?
So what Fete Connect does is we've got 3 packages. So you can either access an executive van, which is between kind of 18 and 20 something seats in terms of on that van. Or we're going to have a coach, which is between 25 and I think 30 something seats. Or you can actually access your own private vehicle. Yeah. Now, the first 2 options are more for those people that just want to purchase one seat on either the van or on the coach, right? So the vans will go from a communal pickup point. So a supermarket, a car park in the area, something like that. So you might be further out, for example, on the island from the west or south coast, you would get to that meetup point and then we would do a return journey from there. The other option is that we can come and pick you up directly from your accommodation, wherever you are on the island, take you to the Fete, bring you back, right? So we've got a range at the moment of between, I think it's 16 Fetes. Everything, again, is on the website. We've got 16 Fetes that you can book onto. There's a per seat price. If you have one Fete, it's one price. Multiple Fetes is like a multi-Fete pass. So again, all of the information is on the website for you to have a look at. And it just means, A, it's safe. If you're traveling by yourself, you're also meeting people as well.
That's what I was just about to say. You have the opportunity now to meet people.
Exactly. So you're meeting people. It also makes the experience of traveling fun in itself. So when you get there, there'll be a little line. We'll be playing a little music. There'll be some nibbles. There'll be a welcome drink. So it's not just getting in a taxi and going to and from the Fete. There's actually more that we're doing and we're offering you. And then some of the Fetes will come with like merch. You'll get your little goodie bags and stuff like that. So we're just trying to make the travel experience as fun as it possibly can. And we do have women-only vehicles as well. So, for example, again, from a safety perspective, and just if that's how you choose to travel, we have women drivers, women-only vans. So if that's something that you want to access as well, you can also book that on the site too.
That is very well thought out. Because as you say, there are people who want to have a women's only experience and not, have to think anything about any interactions, any adverse interactions because of past experiences that they have with men, which is very valid, you know, because you don't want to, you getting on the bus Monday morning, you in a thong, you don't want nobody running the eye over you, passing commentary and all that. You'd be good to go. You with women, you're around women. It makes perfect sense. And it's something that we don't think about in society now. I think a lot of people both coming in from Nicole from over and away, and people here in Barbados is a service that they may very well be interested in.
Definitely. And that's the thing. It really is. Yes, there is as we've been speaking about, the cultural differences to navigate. But this is also something definitely for people that live in Barbados as well. Yes. Because if I've experienced it again myself, staying in Atlantic Shores and needing to go to a fete in St. Peter, and it's me one in the car. And it's 300 or whatever Barbados dollars. And if there's 7 of us in the car, perfect. 300 divided by 7, or, you know, whatever the cost might be. But then if it's you by yourself, you've already paid however much for the fete ticket. That's a lot of money.
You gonna know, but all the way at the road is like, hey, you on your, and I take my hat off to solo travelers because like, you on your own, you're going out to a fete in a strange body car going up the road, you know, and it's like you going to navigate that, you know, got to build a rapport with this person. You might be landing Thursday, leaving the Tuesday, and like that's a real short space. You want to feel comfortable. You want like the opportunity to meet other people who are doing the same thing as you, maybe other carnival chasers, maybe somebody who's here for the first time, all those type of experiences. And it makes the experience richer.
Definitely. So Fete Connect is literally that. So we called it Fete Connect because the idea is we're connecting people together. We're also connecting the masquerader or the guest, whoever, to the fete. And it just makes sense.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. So, that's brilliant. That's absolutely fantastic. Under your umbrella of brands, is there anything else that we have not touched?
I like that. Under my umbrella of brands. I appreciate that. It gives mogul.
Yeah. It really is. You do offer quite a bevy of services, you know?
The only other thing I'd like to talk about is spiritual experiences. So we do immersive villa experiences under that. So the IV collection, which is IVE, immersive villa experience. So again, the idea that people will come in, and this is not just at Crop Over, this is across the board. People will come in, and Barbados has some beautiful villas, right? From 1 bed to 15 beds, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Gorgeous views across multiple coasts, etc., right? But often what we find, again, is that the client may not know what to do with the villa, if that makes sense. So, you know, anyone, you know, call a mixologist, call a chef, great, right? But what the Ivy collection does is it brings outside parts of Barbados into the villa. Right? So we may look at something, you might say, okay, we can do some pole fitness, or we could do some Reiki, or we could do IV wellness. So again, the kind of vitamin infusion stuff. So so for example, linked to Crop Over, we'll be doing post-recovery wellness. So you've been going for the past 5 days. Let's get you a B12 IV.
You need that,
Let's get you a vitamin D. Let's get you some zinc. Whatever it is to keep you boosted. Because then when you fly back to where you came from and you're completely depleted, actually, how about we send you off well?
Like fully charged up, you know?
Exactly.
I would have seen that in, funny enough, Jamaica at carnivals. Like you at the rest stop, people getting IVs, you know? So it's
exactly.
Like, as you say, you're able to catch back yourself, able to go home now, fully refreshed, you know, fully energized, and not like, I'm burnt out for the sun. I'm dehydrated from Kadooment Day. It's like, and I'm spent completely. It's like, give me a boost up. I sail off into the sunset in fine style.
Yes. And here we work with 2 wonderful doctors in relation to the administration of that. So everything is, you know, to code and exactly in terms of Barbados standards. But as part of those villa experiences, on Father's Day this year, so 21st of June, at Lancewell House, we've got a Father's Day experience. Now, what I found interesting was that when I was talking to people, just generally, because we had a Mother's Day experience as well at La Maison Michel in St. James. Apparently Father's Day isn't really
Yeah, it's a bit.
I don't know. What do you think of Father? Like, when, not what do you
It's-
think of it, but like, how do you feel it's celebrated
It's
here?
not as the celebration is not as large as it could be.
Okay.
It's never as it hasn't reached the peaks of Mother's Day, but it, in a society is like you will want both the father and the mother to be celebrated, but it's not. It just hasn't reached being able to. I've seen different brands like, let's say, automotive art and that type of stuff, but it always feels quite stilted, like stuck at ties and socks. The same kind of problem that you have at Christmas. Type of thing.
Right. So all the men are getting is ties and socks.
Yeah, exactly.
And automotive arts, are they getting cars as well?
They don't know.
You said automotive arts, no? So
No, love. No. You get like some car cleaning products and stuff like that. You know, it's like it's a very traditional idea of masculinity. It's like cars, sports, grills, that type of stuff.
Okay.
Maybe some drinks, you know, ties and socks type of thing.
Right.
He's a working man. He must be a breadwinner. Yada yada yada.
Understood. I thought he was getting cars. I was like,
no.
I was like, okay.
No.
So, and I guess so. My thing was very much like, from what I could see, why aren't we doing something that's a little bit different in relation to celebrating Father's Day? So at Lancewell House, from 10 a.m. through to 10 p.m., we've got an array of things to do throughout the day. So from 10 a.m. to 12:30, we kind of do like a father and family photo session. So come with the children, anybody under 18, come with mom, come with grandmother, grandfather, whoever. So the first couple of hours is really to get some gorgeous kind of photo opportunities around the villa. There's a pool, there's sun decks, there's lounges, there's just different pop-up photo bits that we're going to have around. And then from 12:30 onwards, it's a real experience for men to connect with their fathers. So for example, we spoke about generationally. Let's imagine the youngest son is, 25. His dad is 40. And then his dad is 60. All three come. We got dominoes. We got whiskey tasting. We got cognac tasting. We got fitness. We got sports recovery massages. We've got treatments. We've got food. So there's just a lot to do.
Quite a bit of stuff,
Exactly, in that period of time. And it's about, for me, in the kind of conversations that I've had, and I'll be interested to hear people's comments as well when they hear about it, is how masculinity and wellness can connect.
Can intersect, can connect, work together. I don't think that's properly been ventilated, properly been explored, that type of thing. So it would be a good opportunity for that to be, especially under Barbadian and a Caribbean context. Yeah,
definitely. So, that space to chill, that space to eat, it's drinks inclusive, it's food inclusive and all of that. Tickets are available on spiritualexperiences.com, as well as ticket links. So we've got it available on both. And then again, going to Instagram and just kind of looking at the itinerary, seeing what you can access and stuff like that. But we really want it to be a space. So after that 12:30, it's 18 plus. So we really want it to be a space where men can come together and just be.
Right.
Because I was like, you do it in the rum shop. You do it when you play dominoes. You do it when you play golf. There are quite a few male spaces.
Yes.
I just think it's the link with wellness that is maybe not quite made.
It's not there. That's not, on a regular average. I guess everyday setting, like you don't have that link at all. So I think that's quite good. It's something different for Father's Day beyond the grill, beyond the car show, beyond the, something that, as you say, that draws a really important link that people otherwise would not have established.
Exactly that. And we will also have some spaces for if there are men that kind of want to access physical health professionals or mental health professionals. Exactly. So we would literally just have, so again, Lancewell House, gorgeous villa, 4 suites. So we'll just have somebody in those spaces that if you wanted to go and just have a chat with somebody about something, there'll be somebody there between 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock for you to just go and have a chat to about anything that you wanted to.
Anything.
About anything. Yeah. Exactly. And then come downstairs and there'll be more food.
Yeah. You really can't go right. It really does sound like quite a thing for Father's Day, even if you're just going just for the pictures, because I think a lot of men don't have pictures with their family like that. Like, you get mums together, you get your son, your children, you get bring everybody together, have a nice shot. That is
And then we were talking about generationally. As I said, this idea of, we just spoke there about, 25, 40, 60, but then the 25-year-old might have a little child, for example. So you've got four generations in that one picture.
And you got to be able to have that, because we don't, again, there are very rarely spots like that that are able to celebrate men and highlight men, because even just May just gone, and you would have been Men's Health Month, Men's Mental Health Month, and it passed without a breeze. And then you hear men complaining about that. People realizing in the afterwards, 30th of May, or then you have International Men's Day down in November.
Yes.
And that will pass in the same way. So I know that men and fathers within Barbadian and Caribbean society don't feel celebrated in a particular way. But what I like about this way is that it isn't, that you don't have women as props. You know what I mean? Like that is stuff that is for men, that is directed at them, that speaks towards them in a way that doesn't feel trite, it doesn't feel empty, it doesn't feel static, it doesn't feel like the same old stereotypical men stuff type of thing.
But also, just to say lastly, that is also why we're encouraging people to come to that event that are like fathers.
Yes.
So just like how we have Mother's Day, and we have even cards that say, like, you're like a mother
to me, you're my aunt who's my mother.
You might not be my biological mother, but you raised me, basically.
Yes.
We know that there are men in society.
Many men in society who fill in those father roles.
And are still doing that.
Yes.
So even that.
What's the meme? I'm not the father, I'm the father who stepped up. And that.
Oh, yes, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. So again, it may say Father's Day, but for me, it really is about, want to spoil a man in your life, want to give a man a bit of space on that day to just be with, in London, we would say with the man them.
Yeah.
Like, just give the man them space on that day. And come out and have a good time at Lance House. That's for them. I think we can end off happily on that note. Yeah. I want to thank you so much for coming to join us. It's been an absolutely fantastic conversation. And I'll be back for us to do our other layers.
Deep dive into what men masculinity, crop over, the crop over sphere, all of that, what that looks like. And then how it is that we could be better, because it's like people think that crop over and Kadooment need to be one thing, singularly fixed in time for all of eternity. And it's like, no, it has to continuously evolve. Yeah. And like, how do we do that in where everybody, again, feels comfortable?
100%.
Thank you very much, Alexis.
Thank you so much.
And we will see you later on this season.
Yes.
Thank you so much to Alexis for all that wonderful information and all the things that you need to know for Crop Over 2026 with the Carnival Concierge UK, as well as the Crop Over Companion and Fete Connect. You can find all the information at Carnival Concierge UK on Instagram, or you can log on to the website www.carnivalconcierge.com. Up next, we have Tremaine from Lucent. Okay, so today on this podcast, I'm here with Tremaine with his brand new event, Lucent.
Yes.
And you are here to tell us all about it, because it's all the rage now, yeah?
Well, I mean, persons have known me to be in the entertainment arena for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Coming off of Bruce's Road and leaving off Bruce's Road, and then, the brand Awaken that was, developed to target a whole complete different market.
Yes.
And that continues to happen. It's still relevant in the market.
Mm-hmm.
But a decision was made to have an event to provide more options, basically. I like having events that the local people can enjoy.
Yeah.
I encourage anybody to come and attend, so they can be part of the whole experience. But it's really about the locals, having the locals, giving them an event that they can experience and they can call their own, basically.
Yeah.
That is how Awaken born.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been on most persons' ears for a long time. It's encouraged people now coming in from as far back as Thailand into Barbados. Event. Yeah, it's done well. So that's been continuing on a continuing basis. That's been happening. So now, once again, we want to give. I'm now dabbling in the later part of Crop Over.
Yeah.
And the decision said, let me have an event, a brunch event that persons can come and attend. Yes, I may get some of the overseas people that have been complaining about not having an Awaken close down to the bottom. But now they have an opportunity now to get a taste of what it is.
Of what we can say. Okay, so let's set the stage for the listener.
Right.
So this is Lucent, a brand new event on what I know to be Kadooment Friday, which people know as Crop Over Friday.
That's correct.
And this is at 8 a.m. in the morning.
No, 10 a.m.
10 a.m. in the morning.
We go from 10 to 6.
10 to 6.
Full
food
exclusive or food inclusive event.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There we'll be providing rum cocktails. that would be free up to about 1 p.m. And I probably may have some other things I may want to give away, but I would not say.
Right, you keep those under wrap for now because you still have, as you say, Awaken the Go-To and then launching this brand new event. So this is, it has garnered a lot of interest on our end, at least, with people who would have come to us and say, what is this event? What's going on here? That type of stuff, which is why we wanted to bring you to the podcast to find out, to get a better look. Because with multiple events, you just hear an event come up. Even with Awaken, like, what is this event? What can people expect? Because there are people who are brand new to the market. Are like, how do you come up with your theme for this year? It's like, what can people expect? What can people look forward to versus last year? All that type of stuff. So obviously with a brand new event on such a critical day, you know, that's a day that has garnered a lot of interest, that people want to know who is this and what are they saying and what are they doing and what can we expect?
Well, again, I mean, the event, the expectations, I mean, if anybody knows Awaken, we're great at food. I just want to give person a food experience, a local food experience, because you're in Barbados now.
Right, yeah.
But when you come here and experience the food selections, what we have to offer and give you part of our culture.
Yes.
So that food experience is going to be grand. And that could be anything, because we sit down, we conceptualize, we create, and it's tied back into our culture. So any person looking forward for an event that can give you value for money, that's the place to be. And again, there's always more where we have to offer. We'll not tell you what that more is.
Yeah.
You will look up for that.
You leave that cat in the bag for now, exactly. Because as you know, plans evolve and plans change, and that more could be a quite diverse set of options.
For sure.
Okay, that is quite fantastic. I think it's very interesting to see new players still come into the market. And as you said, we also would have heard people saying Awaken is too early. Because, you know, we generally, and the multiple people consider it as the Crop Over starters. So then to get an event of something quite similar down in Crop Over.
Just want to taste it. Just want to taste it. I can't replicate two Awakens.
Yes, exactly. You will want,
that's hard.
And ostensibly you will want something that's, you won't want two Awakens. You want something that's different. And Lucent is going to be its own standalone event. That's going to be, but it's just something different, but not under the Awaken umbrella. But if you've been to Awaken, you can have a sort of idea of what to expect.
Yes. And we're going to be at Stays Beach Club. So I know Stays Barbadian owned. We'll be using Barbadian rum alongside the Barbadian beach.
Yeah.
So it's like the experience is like what's going to happen here.
Yeah.
So we bring a lot of creativity, and you will hear me mention about the food a lot. And we're going to do some desserts as well and try to tie it in as for the whole experience. And that would flow from even Awaken, which is the theme this year is Candy Crush.
Yes.
So when you hear about that, you want to know, what is this?
Yes.
So it's not just about colors, it's about food selections and what we can add to the whole experience. And I want that flow continuously throughout the event. So that's where we are.
It sounds really, it is quite interesting, you know, and I think the same way that Awaken as a brand has evolved, it's now good to see a sister brand emerging again down into the Crop Over sphere that is, and I do like the angle that you've taken down here last sphere. I like the angle you've taken that's very Barbadiana, because so often we have influences that come from overseas that are people importing other things and trying to make a very cross-cultural, a very international flair. But we will constantly have people asking us, what are the Barbadian specific events? And it is hard to be able to pinpoint that, as in like what is a brand that's going to give you a very, very authentic Barbadian experience.
I am big on local, because if I ever speak about my brands that have been developed over the years, I owe it all to the Barbadian public. Like, they have done us well. We go as far back as how Bruce's Row was formed.
You can have a whole conversation with that.
Yeah, different situation. So like, why would I move away from that? I feel like I more owe them than anything else.
Yeah.
And it is fueled by me wanting to do more for them, and not necessarily that I really want to do it. And I'm just passing on the mantle now to my daughter, which is my biggest daughter. She's 20. She'll be 23 this year.
Wow. And
she's been working with me or Awaken for the last 4 years or 5 years. And I'm giving her a bit more each time, making sure that she can also have input and give, because the young people don't have different things. Yes. So I give them some input. She give her input, and hopefully we would get something more exciting that is a merge between the older and the newer.
And the newer, because you would have come out from Brewster's.
Yes, I'm very old. I am old.
You would have been, because you know that's now effect that people reference. They would have seen a reel with a girl asking what became of Bruce's run, and I was like, oh,
Boy,
we are now there, you know.
I was asked about it to host at least one more.
Really?
I would have to speak to the other team
The whole
members.
team member, because it was a whole group of you. Oh, yeah.
And that, I know people really look forward for that, but that is a different conversation.
Yeah, that's a whole different conversation. That we could, but there is a nostalgia element with regards to Bruce's Road Crew. So you would have came out of that. And then you would have started Awaken. And then after that, no, you started.
Still relevant. And I think part of the reason I'm still relevant is because of the relationships that you've built over time. Not only with your sponsors, but with your patrons. And I do a lot of groundwork. If anybody knows me at an event, I'm just literally going around to everybody to make sure they're fine, addressing any issues on the ground. Because at the end of the day, that's what we're doing it for.
Yeah.
And if you don't get it right, I mean, we'll never be 100%, but I think we can get close enough.
You get exactly, and then you edit as the time goes on. You say, okay, I miss here. What exactly? What did I miss here? What did I do here? Yeah, exactly.
And then by extension, the country, benefits. Because and that's part of the reason having something down in the bottom as well. Like, I don't want people to believe that Barbados is we only have this to offer. There's so much more.
Yes.
And I just want to be part of that pie. So.
Because I do like the angle again. Normally when we hear events entering the last lap is specifically to target the international audience. So it's now
this is more local.
A 180, you're going a completely different direction you're targeting.
I want the locals to have something, like options basically. And a lot of those events on the bottom, and don't get me wrong, I'm not taking away from the partners that have it, is there are predominantly, its focus is really, the outsiders.
Yeah, you want the foreigner, you want the green.
Tourism is in our business.
Yeah, tourism is the business.
We're also tourists too, if you really look at it. We actually play a part in generating income into the sales sector. So we do our part.
Why not? Yeah.
A lot of people don't know we actually do a lot more than people believe. As we promote Barbados, patrons promote Barbados, and we invite persons, when we go abroad and we have conversations like, you need to experience Barbados, you need to experience this, you need to experience that.
Yeah.
And they actually market for us.
Yeah.
So it's only fair.
It's only fair, you in return, you kind of give back, you target them, you say, this is a party for you,
Wonderful, sir.
Invaluable. I like that. So where do people find information about Lucent online?
Well, Lucent actually has a page. So the IG page is Lucent_XP. So you can follow that. I'm sure if you follow Awaken _Ultra _Premium, you will see some information as well. But we fetting tickets. You can go on that website. You can get your tickets from there. Most people call the committee members and they find my number very quickly.
Yes.
So we actually deliver their online tickets now. Before we used to deliver all the tickets, by hand. I think the reason for that is you get the opportunity to talk to
As you say, you get to talk, you get to build a rapport with people. Yeah.
Exactly. And that was always important. Now we have the online facility. The persons will message me and may ask them, so how you heard about the event? We'll send you your tickets via email. You send me the funds and we get to go. I get feedback from persons. And I like that. Because again, as I mentioned before, it's about them.
Yes, and I like that. Promoters still in this day and age have that kind of, maybe it might be an old school thing, that kind of hands-on touch. So
Just might be.
Yeah, how do you find out about this? How do you learn? It's like, I'm learning from you and as much as you're learning from me. Like
I know everything.
Yeah.
Even when my committee, I ask them questions, I get them involved. Because it's not about me, it's what we're actually doing for the patrons. So, and all we're learning together.
Yeah.
So none of us has all the answers. So
I think that is a fantastic outlet to have as a promoter, and I know people are looking forward to Awaken. That's later on in June, right?
Not like me. I'd be happy when persons are happy, when patrons are happy. So my mind is always working. Like, don't want to miss anything. You want to make sure you got all your T's crossed, all your I's dotted. Make sure that everything is addressed. Whether rain, fall, sunshine, you just want to make sure. We always get rain. So
we always get rain, exactly, yeah.
But we want to make sure we covered everything. So my brain was trying to make it this morning. I was like, okay, so what am I missing? What do we need to do? And I got a good team. The team doing well. There's no extra expectations.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it is my event.
Yeah.
So they will do what they need to do and I will do what I need to do.
And you always, and having successfully delivered the all-inclusive before. And Lucent is an all-inclusive or is it food inclusive?
Food inclusive.
Food inclusive.
We'd have some other drinks in there inclusive, but
Yes.
the tickets are currently 180. I'm actually going to be releasing a glam luxe for ladies package.
Yeah.
And then the cabana packages is going to come out and the table package is going to come out. But probably way next week.
Okay. That's good. Well, it sounds very, very, very good. I'm looking forward to it.
It can take everybody to make sure that we execute well.
Yeah.
And so all hands going to be on deck. We can do what we need to do.
July 30th is the day people need to
July
look forward to.
31st.
July 31st, right? Yes, 31st.
And Awaken is June 28th.
June 28th. Yeah.
Month apart.
A month apart. You got your work cut out for you then this crop over
Yes,
season.
I don't know how we get back into it.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, when you do one event, I think it'd be cool.
And you'll be good. You know, you got your wake, you shut down, you know, you got your day that time locked for yourself. Everybody know that event to look forward to. Really.
Patrons will ask me, like, so you would ever do anything a little later? I said, just give me some time. We can get something great.
Yeah.
And that's how we actually created events outside, because I normally have a January 31st or 30th event, food inclusive, and that does well.
Yes.
That plays all type of genre music, all types of music. And they keep saying, man, you need another event. And I'm like, I only have so much time, you know.
Yeah.
So what I can accommodate. Just give me some time. So this is the time.
This is the time now.
This is the time.
So definitely we'll be looking forward to seeing it and seeing it come out successfully.
I appreciate that.
But thank you very much for joining us on the
Thank you for
podcast
having
today.
me. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much to Tremaine from Lucent. And you can find all the information about this brand new event for Crop Over Friday on Instagram at Lucent_XP. Up next, we have the big bad band, Vida by Esquire, and our beautiful power couple, Jane Ford and Ryan, here to talk about everything to do with what to expect for Crop Over 2026 with their event Bend, as well as on the road for Kadooment 2026 too as well. Hello and welcome today to Jim Ford to the podcast.
Thank you, Luke. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
Good. Doing? I am great. A pleasure to be here.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
So I want to talk about all things Vida by Esquire today.
Sure.
So as director and lead designer, I want you to first tell me about the theme for this year and how it came about. How do you design it with the team? Because it's how many of y'all? It's obviously the Vida team and the Esquire.
It's our team. Yes. So the theme this year is Ichiru. It speaks to the iconic elements of Barbados. Now, you were with us from the beginning.
Yes.
So you know that what we really wanted to do is to ensure that Bajan culture is put forward firstly in a modern way.
Yes.
And just share information, share knowledge about Bajan culture, because it's what we are living in now.
Yes.
It's interesting, and it's just to really put it forward in a modern way. So Ichiru, Guardians of Our Heritage, I've said it so many times before, growing up, everybody's saying, you know, you are the future, you're the this, you know. But when you look at it, this is it now. This is what they're referring to. Like, we are the future. We are the guardians of our heritage. And so what we really want to do is each section speak to those iconic elements about Barbados. So we have Dufliki, which is a direct inspiration from the Shaggy Bear. If you look at the costumes, Pomelo, Rotunda, Andromeda, which is Andromeda Gardens, Bathsheba, highlighting the sea, the iconic, picturesque nature of Barbados. I'm missing one. Paragon, which pays homage to the harp gun. So we, went very metallic, sharp.
Yeah.
So that's what we want to do with our theme. We realize that we, VXC, are the guardians of our heritage, and we want to put that forward.
Yeah, I love that. I really do love that.
Thank you.
You really want especially what people have been calling for is a theme that represents Barbadiana, that really captures Barbadiana. I think you definitely hit the nail. All the themes that you've had since inception have been very Barbadian focused.
Yes.
I think this is the most Barbadian focused.
Yeah, and we just... Sometimes it really comes across very literal. So we still have to keep the whimsical nature to it. But that is the idea. Put Barbados first.
And I really like that. I
Yes.
really have liked the way that the culture has been represented and has been at the forefront, not in a very type of surface level type of way, but
Yeah.
really intrinsically interwoven throughout the theme and the band and
Yes.
the costume and everything.
Thank you.
I really like that. So how has it been as lead designer? I know you've done a number of videos. You did one obviously for our section,
Yes.
Andromeda.
Yes.
Describing each section and your inspiration behind them.
Right. The job as a lead designer is to ensure that we have something for everyone.
Yes.
So we have a good team where I design a couple sections, then we have other designers from other places design, so that we always have that range of what people are looking for when it comes to costumes.
Yes.
So I personally would have done Andromeda, Bathsheba, and Paragon. And when you look at, for me, I like that when you look at a costume, you kind of see what it is. Even if you gotta take a little second look, but you kind of understand it, especially with our explanations. So right off the bat, you see the floral inspiration in Andromeda.
Yeah.
And again, we want to keep things modern. So like we use very metallic gems and the incorporation of leaves in the design as well, just to give like some more depth.
Yeah.
With Bathsheba, we work with Douglas John. He's a featherwork designer.
Yes.
And I wanted to get the idea of a wave.
Yeah.
And when you look at the backpack, you could see like, okay, that looks like a little wave coming through.
Yeah.
So again, we want to keep things modern, but literal, so that when you look back, you're like, oh my gosh, that's what y'all really did?
Yeah.
Same thing with the harp gun. Back in the heyday, it was metallic thing. It was just this big thing.
Big metal gun. Yeah.
Big metal gun. So we want to get across that metallic nature, very sheen. Peacocks we use to kind of illustrate that kind of sharp look. So everything is very deliberate.
Yes.
When it comes to Rotunda, so that was done by Sandra Hordat, a Trinidadian designer. I basically told her, Harson's Cave, nobody thinks about it. When you turn off the lights, it's completely black.
Yeah, it's true.
Let's do a black costume.
Yeah.
And I know notoriously black costumes in Barbados, they don't do well. But it was a challenge for her, and I think she absolutely nailed
I think she aced it 100%.
Absolutely
People
nailed it.
love that costume. Yeah.
It, on your skin tone, the black, it looks amazing. The fabric choice, the style of the backpack as well. That's Douglas John as well. The metallic adornments on the backpack shape as a stalactite. Like everything is extremely deliberate. Duflicky. Just woke up. I said, guys, here's the inspiration. Shaggy Bear.
Yeah.
Now, again, things have to be tastefully done because a very colorful costume can look very tacky.
Yes.
So fabric choice, gem choice, everything. The guys from Envy Designs, Beijing guys living in the UK.
Yes.
Again, spectacular work. When I look at it, I see movement. I literally see a Shaggy Bear, but one that I would want to wear.
That you want to put
So again, that was that. Pomelo. Many people didn't know that the grapefruit originated from Barbados.
So many people did not.
Right here in Barbados. Simone, she's based in a Jamaican designer. We enlisted her to take on the grapefruit challenge. And again, well done. The colors pop through. I just love the entanglement with the oranges and the lime greens, and it just looks like a grapefruit. So each section very deliberate. Again, designers and their own aesthetics in order to ensure that everybody gets something that they like.
Yes.
So, and that's always been our job, to ensure that we service everybody's style, everybody's taste. Because when you even look in the market regionally, internationally, rarely it's a one-man show.
Right.
Because as much as somebody may like somebody's work and how it comes across, somebody's like, I want that. So you have a wide range of designers working so that you could bring all the aesthetics together, and that's what makes magic.
Yeah, I think it's definitely one of the better years design wise. Like it really has, and I like how you describe that. It's not just you choose a name and you throw a color or highlight. Everything has a specific reason
Correct.
for the choices behind it and the direction that you want to go in as a band.
And that's what we had a discussion yesterday. That's what literally people do. When you see the costumes, are this look like a tree, let me name this one tree.
Yeah.
This one look like a thing, let me name that. And that's how you do it. And I mean, fair enough, that's a methodology.
Yeah.
But it's not what we're about.
Yeah.
We are building something from the ground up, and we want it to be deliberate. And I think that is where we kind of just like separate ourselves from the pack. Like, it's not just, all right, let me see what I can give you this year and let me see how we can make this something.
Yeah.
No, that's not how we work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's kind of like Lucky Dip, that
Correct.
that
Yeah.
bag is skin out. The bag is like, all right, this is what we got. This is a green one, so we can call this bush one, you know?
Correct. Yeah. No, this is no Lucky Dip. Very deliberate. Very
It's
deliberate.
very deliberate, very organized. I really
Yes.
do like, I really do like the theme and the origins of the idea, and I like the video, the imagery that you put out that really highlights and really captures Barbadiana.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially in like I've seen a lot of videos come out where it's like it's clear that somebody's put in a prompt into AI and it just turns out something. But this was
Listen, our theme video, I watched that probably like 60 times. Like goosebumps. I feel like crying at the background of it, hearing the national pledge, and then you're seeing scenes of Barbados. It's just like it's so emotional, and that's what we're about. Because I mean, anybody could throw something in AI, spit out something, and say, "Yeah, this we theme."
this we going down the road. Yeah,
our shit looks expensive.
Yes,
it is. And again, deliberate. We want people to see and feel and have an emotion when you interact with our stuff. 60 times, I watch about 150 times.
Yeah.
Like, it was so emotional to me.
And I'm like, okay, this is some high quality stuff. Like,
it's so emotional to me. But you know, that's what we wanted. We wanted like a little tearjerker type of thing, because again, we are the guardians of our heritage. So we want to put that forward.
It really, really captured the essence of Barbadiana. Again, reflected the theme, especially the Ichiru, which is heralding back to the Amerindian name for Barbados.
Exactly. Yes.
It really brought everything quite together. So I was like, are you win with that one? Because it has similarly like the theme for the year where it was the theme video with the drone shot with the snow cone car that year. Yes. So it was good to see that type of continuation.
And the thing about that one, people don't understand. That was Icy Temptations.
Yes.
People don't understand what a snow cone and a Bajan, what it means. Like everybody has their snow cone that they love. I ain't like that. I can take it. Like as a Bajan, people don't understand how a snow cone choice is like emotional for a Bajan. And like that year we wanted to put forward that. For some people, they like when you explain, they may not understand. But if you're a real Bajan, if you spend any time, you'll understand the emotional connection to a Bajan and the snow cone. Yeah. Again, we wanted to put that forward.
But they don't get that. They don't even the heritage element of it. Like those younger snow cone man used to come through our community and that type of stuff that you want a snow cone as a treat.
Yeah.
And you really have something that's like, okay, this is really good. It's cheap and as expensive. It's sugar, ice, and dye. It's like you could have want anything more.
And a Bajan snow cone tastes better. It's the best tasting snow cone I've ever tasted. Put that out there.
No, I liked it, and even with that theme, it was good to see take something as simple as that. Like, if you had said 2 years ago to somebody, we could do a theme about snow cones, and be like, "What are you talking about?" You know, like, how are we gonna do that? That doesn't make sense. But it's all about the creative thought behind it.
Correct.
Even the same behind this Ichiru, the Guardian's theme.
Yeah.
It's like, how would I do that? Am I gonna have to do like a buzzer? So you Springer and say, well, how are we gonna do Guardians? Like, how are we gonna capture that? But there's so many permutations. There's so
Yeah.
many iterations that you could do, so many ways that it could be done. It's like,
Exactly.
and it's very interesting always to see what the team comes up with the band
yes,
comes
and
up
we
with.
do have a and I want to add too with Icy Temptations, as you said, we also had a rhythm for
Yes,
snow cone.
yes.
Yeah, so it's like we really do think outside of the box, and like we have a spectacular team that when you say, okay, this is what we're thinking, they run with it. They help you flesh out the ideas so that, you know, it's very holistic. So it's like I may be thinking something and they give me another another way to look at it. So everything we do is so pragmatic, because I might say grapefruit theme and they might say, well, this and that, you know, so they look at it from different angles as well. And that's, you know, it's teamwork from the beginning to the end.
And that's good, because having a good team is very, 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 very important.
Very important.
Very important. So I think you've done really and truly quite a fantastic job. And again, with the grapefruit, because just as you say, just this week or last week, we're seeing people on Twitter saying grapefruit comes from Barbados. It's like, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Like, you have a lot of people growing up here that don't know.
Yeah.
Have no conceptualization. Like, that's just up the road at Welsh Mahal Gully that happened. It's like, and that's such a world-class fruit. Is something that is just on everybody's table. It's like,
it's things that you just take, you literally take for granted. Like you just didn't know, but it's like things they have to celebrate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's a fantastic thing. So now moving forward to, we have the seasons going on, the band sales are going on, and we have the band cruise on the 25th of July.
25th, yeah. Is it 25th? 25th? Ryan, 25th? He's a businessman, yes.
And also too, and then what can people look forward to for the road experience this year? Because I know obviously with VXC, the road experience is one of the biggest selling points.
Yes, it is. I always tell people when I go on the road, I be so too low. Like, wait, do this. Like, no mind, we're all in part of the decision making, but it's like sometimes it's like larger than life, right?
Execution,
Yes. But our thing is offering that VIP service to everyone. So when it comes from you collecting a costume, you come smooth, you book your time, you come and collect. Breakfast, and I'm going to be early this year. Come and get your breakfast, your buffet breakfast. Everything there laid out for you. Then you go on the road, of course, music, vibes, exceptional. From there, you have your music, you have your vibes. Then we have our Gin 4 trailer.
Yes.
Where if you're feeling tired, or as I always say, if you're thinking about feeling tired, you go and take a little chill in the bar in the thing. We serve lunch on the road.
Yes.
Our amazing lunch. Then we have different bathroom service. We have runners, and these are all things that I in particular have been very particular about. Now, I jump everywhere, right? So I know when I get on the road, like we say in Trinidad, I'm just like, I really gotta go to that truck for drinks.
Yeah.
Because I know my runners, if I think about being thirsty, turn around, I get a drink here, I get a drink there. So we just try to have that kind of VIP service throughout the entire road experience. And that's for everything. Like the bathrooms are always clean. You could sit down in your trailer and relax. We have backpack checks. Of course, lunch on the road. And then after the road too, we do have dinner.
You'll be fed after the road.
Dinner after the road. So it's like a full-on service. And then we get so many emails asking like, hey, can you pay for VIP this? This is like, everybody's come with the money.
Right.
They know VIP, everybody got money, everybody's paid for the thing, everybody's VIP. All we do is ask masqueraders, just be courteous. So like if you see the thing full, somebody may come off, and we rarely have problems with that. People, okay, you spend a little time and you come off, let somebody else come on. And then we do have like, and we do have several other trucks as well too. So it's like, you can move about the band. Yes, you're going to be walking out, having a blast, but you could like see what's around. And I could even tell you the, how we came up with having the idea of the Gin 4 trailer. When I was pregnant, I was also in denial. So when my friends were coming to Trinidad, I was just like, guys, I don't know how we're doing this, but whatever, I'm gonna jump. The day of is when I try my costume. Say we can make it. Anyway, in the evening now, just feeling a little tired. And there was a truck passing. I was just like, can we get on the truck? So me and my big belly. And the woman, and as a woman, said no. And you could tell the trucks weren't in service, like the AC was off, whatever. So she's like, no. She's like, so my friends were like, it's just to sit down. It's like, no. And I was just like, there's no way that you can see a pregnant person approach you and you tell them no to sit down. I was like, I own a van. A truck is going to be there. If anybody thinking about getting a headache, if anybody think they're pregnant, anything, you could go and sit on the truck. And that's service, because even on the road, I would speak to the bodyguards, anything. So, like, you have to be flexible. You always have to see what's happening. If somebody, because we do have like trucks that will belong to different sponsors, whatever. If you see somebody fainting coming, you ain't gonna say, well, this is Ting Truck. No, you have to know how to go with the flow. And that's the thing about it. You have to have constant conversation. You have to make people feel like they're part of the team. Like, it goes like so deep with us, just to ensure that the road experience is one that everybody can enjoy.
You're not wrong, because the first year, was that the first year? I slid on a bottle. I twist my foot. So ambulance was there. And then afterwards, I was like, man, I see a VIP truck out to the front. I was like, let me go on the truck. That was a private truck.
Yeah.
I was right, Mr. Gopwani's truck.
Right. Yes,
and I was like, and they were like, this is they didn't tell me until they got on the truck. And then they were like, this is a private truck. But Mr. Gopwani himself came up to me, Arvin. He said, this happened to me in Trinidad. Nobody even look at me.
Yeah.
He said, but now you're here, we don't know each other. It's our first time meeting.
Yeah.
I will take care of you on this truck. We have drinks, we have food. So it really was a family. And that's how we became friends. It really was very much a family experience. Like, he could have easily been like, listen, buddy, I pay for the truck. I want nobody on this.
Correct.
And,
and their prerogative, you know.
Correct, but he paid for the truck. I can't tell the man. So he could have easily put me down on the road and said, but slut, But sit down in your chair and take care of you. So you're very right. Everybody is VIP. Everybody is a family experience. It is very much really and truly all inclusive in the sense, and not tiered in that sense where it's like, I get to pay for a VIP truck and I go on it and this is what I want. I want to look down on you and make you feel less than. It's like, no, this is very much a communal experience. It's a family experience.
Yeah, and then as much as communal, it's a high quality, because don't get me wrong, I pay for my VIP when I want to think.
Exactly.
But what we try to do is have that metric where everybody could get the food without pushing.
Yes.
You feel like you're VIP. You get on the truck and you ting your waist and you get your pictures and you come down, and so that everybody could really experience that.
Yes, because it's like, what I like about it too is you get quality across the board. So it's like you are at one high standard to deliver for everybody, instead of, again, not the tiered experiences. Everybody's getting this, and it's the best what we have to offer with regards to the drinks.
Exactly.
But you have the runners, the snow cone cars.
Exactly.
It's like, it is always a fun, good experience.
And and again, the runners thing, I am so like a thing on that, because I am not a big drinker, but I also don't like to go to the bar.
Yeah.
So whenever I see the snow cone guy or the thing, it's just, and it decentralizes things, So all of that is for the experience.
I've had people come up to me and say, I was so thankful for the runners, because I didn't have to keep going to the bar. It was right here. I get what I want. The guys were friendly. They were fun. We had a good time. We went down the road. I didn't have any problems. I got my lunch on the road.
Yeah.
Even delivered it to me. It was good. I got to eat and move, and then lay her down. I got
food. You be like super, super, super full. But at the end of the day, when you're enjoying yourself to the max, you burn out your food and you keep going. So, but we do like to overdo for people.
I'd like that. I'd like really, really like that. That attention to detail, I think, really is what really sets the band apart. Not in that it's necessarily a competition that we're better than you, but this is just what we offer.
Correct. Yes.
This is the level of service that you can expect. This is the level of quality that you can expect.
Definitely.
This is what you can really go with.
Correct. Yes.
I really want to thank you very much for joining us, Jen. I didn't know if there's anything else you wanted to share with us that you may want people listening to know.
Just that we are the guardians of our heritage. We want people to love and respect Bajan culture. And, it may not we want you to know this is a modern twist to it, because sometimes when you think of heritage and you think of like, oh gosh, like old time,
boring. It's
correct.
No,
This
sepia
is like,
tinted filter.
like, we now are our gardens of our heritage, and this is our presentation. It's quality, it's fun, and all we say is engineered for fun.
Yeah, I love that. Absolutely love that.
Yes,
Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you, Luke. Yes.
Good morning, Ryan.
How are you, Mr. Luke?
I'm fantastic. I'm going quite well. So Ryan, director of Vida by Esquire,
Yes.
and you're joining us today to talk about Ben the Cruise.
Yeah, I mean, this is what, our third year doing band?
Mm-hmm.
And you've attended?
Yes,
Oh, you had fun?
I had fun. I had a
Alright.
blast.
So yeah, this year again,
Yes.
we're preparing for it.
What should people look forward to from Ben?
Well, over the years, we've found a way to make the cruise or the cooler cruise enjoyable from the perspective of literal bliss. Just people coming, and when they reach home, they'll be like, whoa, that was a good cruise, you know? I feel like if we found ways to anticipate the demands that people have when they come on a cruise, we have some surprises in store, I guess. Some things that will make people smile when they walk on board or before they walk on board. We always kind of focus on having a mix of great DJs, but also 1 or 2 live performances. Last year we had some performances. This year we have some different performances that we have set up.
Yeah.
And then we have some stuff that we have planned. It's also food inclusive.
It's a food.
So,
Okay.
Yeah. So, when people come, they could soak up some of that, the copious amount of alcohol that they consume. But it's always a great time. And for us, Ben represents Vida by Esquire's experience on the water. I mean, we know what Vida by Esquire brings to the table when it comes to Kadooment Day.
Yes.
So it's just a matter of us putting together experience for
Crop Over
Crop Over and on the water.
On the water, exactly. Getting your feet wet within the Crop Over sphere, that type of thing.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, a lot of our partners have events on the week of Kadooment, the weekend before Kadooment. So we want to kind of kick off that week, the Saturday prior, to make sure that, people know what to expect.
Yeah.
Coming and the energy to come into the week before Kadooment. Yeah, exactly.
Into the bliss, Saturday, and then breakfast the Sunday, and then you have the big culmination with Kadooment Day.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like if one of the things that we always try to pay attention to is ensuring that when people buy a ticket for Ben and they come to Ben, they want to come back to Ben. And I think that that's something that we work hard on. I mean, we spend a lot of time speaking about what we're going to do, experiences we want people to have, experiences that we don't want people to have. So we kind of put some mitigating factors in as well for those things. And we really try to put together a really enjoyable time on the boat. Last year, I look back at some of those videos and the empty bottles that littered the boat. I mean, in a good way.
In a good way.
Yeah, I could tell that people had a great time.
Yeah, no, people always come away from Ben for the good time. And I think it's good to see the brand continuously grow and evolve year on year.
Yeah, we have avoided to do it outside of Kadooment. I mean, we consider doing it. We may do it in the future.
Yeah.
But for us, it's like, we let the anticipation build because we really want to make sure that we keep the experience one to remember. We don't want to really drown out or water down the experience. We're having it too many times during the year. So we kind of, even though we anxiously await it as well, we kind of keep our hands in our pockets until that time.
Yeah. Like you say, okay, Crop Over coming up.
Yeah.
You know that the weekend before the last lap is that you can get a band cruise. It's time to bring out from Vida by Esquire, and this is completely separate outside of like the smaller events, like banter events that you would do earlier for the season.
Yeah, we have a couple events coming up. But we just usually invite our masqueraders. Some pop-up events. We did one for Cinco de Mayo. That was great. Did that with Paloma.
Yes.
I think a lot of people had fun. It's just, VXC people like to party, right?
Yeah.
So, they get confer any excuse.
Anything to
come and shake a leg.
Yeah,
exactly. So that's why now the next event we have will be to promote Ben. And I feel like if the whole concept of cooler events, I feel like it's evolving. People expect more. So we plan on giving them, an experience that they could look to and say, okay, that's how you do a cooler cruise,
Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, so where can people find more information online?
So you can purchase tickets via the Vida by Esquire Playmass, the same site that you register for your costume. You can purchase tickets there. You can purchase tickets on Ticket Links, or you could buy at the Barn House. We're gonna add some physical locations as well, other than the Barn House, and we will announce those pretty soon.
Okay, and you find them on Vida by Esquire page.
Yeah, you could purchase via Vida by Esquire. I mean, there are other events, if you could permit me to mention as well. We also have the Summer Sweat series that starts. It started already, but in the month of June, it heats up a bit. We also have a separate website for that. If you go on the Vida by Esquire Instagram page, you have all of those links. And it's open for anyone to register. Once you're a VXC masquerader, you could do the hike. We have kickboxing. We have yoga. We actually have Pilates, a Pilates day coming up very soon. We're in a collaboration with Retone and Mana. So we have that planned as well. And it's also sponsored by Harrison's Cave. It's sponsored by Boost as well. The whole Summer Sweat series, Boost Ultra Bridans. So we have a lot planned for masqueraders, not just partying, but also keeping in shape, touching some soil, touching some grass, getting out there, doing some activity before Kadooment gets around.
Okay. Sounds perfect. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. It was a pleasure.
Yes.
All right, thanks, Luke. Take care.
Easy.
Mm-hmm.